Hey, Kellen, I just stopped. We aren't going to wait 2 minutes with no music. I'm just putting you on the spot here. You know, we're still testing out all these podcast features here.
I'm looking.
Yeah, the music went out, and I'm just like, we're not going to play that clip for 5 minutes with no music. And did you notice it was like twice as fast as it should have been?
Yes. And then I had it opened on 3 of my screens because I've been sharing it out. And so I kept hearing the same music, but it's at different points of the music. And I was trying to close them all really quick before we went live. So you didn't have all this backlash. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Right Spotlight. I'm Kellen Ann.
I'm Brian Monahan, and we're super excited to come have you here today. Who do we got today, Kellen? It's your good friend, of course.
Amazing. Her name's Cynthia Mannion, and another COVID blessing. That's what I've been calling them, COVID blessings, because I've met so many wonderful people. And every time I talk to her, I learn something new about her that I didn't know. It's like, can she possibly do any more in a lifetime than she's already done? So
I know. I wish we were recording our studio time before we hopped on. She did a little quick meditation with us and brought us into the right frame of mind. And, you know, Kellen's like, I think this is going to be a low energy show today, which
I'm really worried.
Is not true. I mean, we're hiding her in the background. Should we just go ahead and bring her in or what?
Well, first of all, like we always forget, I want to talk about you.
Oh,
you are an author. You are an author.
Well, now what am I supposed to do? I did not grab your book and put it in front of me right now. I need to go get it.
I got it.
Oh, you got yours. All right.
But no, you are one of my COVID blessings as well. We met through COVID in a mastermind group, and this book, I love it. It's actually up until us doing this show, it's been in my living room because I pick it up while I'm sitting on my couch and look at it. So I just think that the people that are watching need to know that we have cred. We have street cred. We are authors, we're interviewing authors, and we're talking about things that we wish we knew before, we published our books. So
yeah, absolutely. And, I think we both have learned that there's many paths to authorship.
Yes. And we need to let our audience know that you coach people to finish their books and get them through to the finish line.
Yeah, we call it a wheat bread sandwich. I'm this side of the coin. I get you started, and then you write your book, and then we hand you off to Kellen, and
then I get you interviews and publicity and amazing results from my products. So it's cool. So Cynthia, she's an actress. She's a bodybuilder. I think she brought her trophy so we can see that.
And I have pictures in case,
I have trophy envy. So, all I have is my little 5th grade science fair trophy. That's the only trophy I have. But I display it proudly. What else do you want to say about her before we bring her on?
No, I think she doesn't know it, but I've been a fan from afar. I think I met her through COVID virtually. Those Jeffrey Gitomer streams and all of that. So the 959 crew and all of that. So I've been able to spend some time with Cynthia from afar as a Facebook follower. But this is actually really the first time I think we've really spent any time together. So super excited.
Let's bring her on and get this thing started.
All right, let's bring her in. Let's go ahead. Let's not hold anybody back any longer. Hey, Cynthia, thanks for joining us.
Oh my goodness, I love you guys. Hi, Brian. It's so nice to be together again. And Kellen Ann.
There you go.
Even her packaging is delicious. And when I got my book, I was so thrilled. And I got the autograph in a beautiful hot color. Look at that. And you know what makes it even more special? He wrote a beautiful.
I don't need advertising. I just have Cynthia.
I know, but you know what? I was so excited. I want everyone to know in case they don't.
Well, we're going to cut this out and put it in your website now, Kellen.
Yes. This is a great testimonial.
I hope you enjoy. Wag more. Love Kellen Ann. How about for personal touch, ladies and gentlemen?
Experience. I create experience.
Yes.
My job.
Yes. And Brian has a book. Hold up his book.
Got it.
Look at that. Customer delight. Guess what, Brian? I'm
going to leave the screen.
We do this all the time in our show. We get up and leave. We do everything that's wrong.
There. Yes.
Yeah. I'm only
address. We'll trade books.
So Cynthia, I just moved 30 days ago. So I don't have everything. I mean, Kellen tossed this podcast idea on me last minute. So I'm sorry.
Less than a week
I'll be better I'll be better the next time we have you back. Okay.
You know what? You are just fine. You are perfect just the way you are. Because you are amazing. I'm
Thank
amazing.
you.
We are
all
amazing.
amazing.
We are doing it.
The thing is it's, a lot of people do a lot of bells and whistles. And the bottom line is when we interview our authors, we're giving our audience valuable treasures, right? I mean, things that they wish they knew, or we're telling them the things that we wish we knew that we knew before we published our book and after we published our book. So I want to get into your first book. I loved. I read it. I sat down and read it. Right here, Black Pearl.
Woohoo!
And I read it in a weekend because I didn't want to put it down, because in a world where we're filled with self-help books and self-improvement and be better you, it was such a nice break for my brain. It was a retreat. It was like a vacation for my brain. I think that's the best way I can put it, because it was just I just loved the story. And the end, I had no clue. I'm not going to tell anybody because I don't want to do any spoiler alerts, but the ending was perfect, and it made me want more. And I think I wrote that on my review. I think I wrote that it made me wanting more. So how is it? Are you, Kat?
Of course, every writer has pieces of themselves in the book.
Yeah.
So yes and no. Yes, it's a fiction book.
Right.
You take liberties and you go into your imagination and go to that little seed down there and go, and it just blooms like a flower, like oyster, the little seed that's in your heart. And it's a pearl.
It's like the piece of sand that gets put into the clay or the
oyster. And so you got your little seed, and then your piece of sand, and then all that life stuff happens to you. Layer and layer and layer and layer, and some of it's good and some of it's not so good, and some of it's really not so good, and you just keep polishing it up and getting better, and you become writers just like Brian, Kellen, and I.
Yes, that's so exciting. So what was was there an inspiration, like all of a sudden you're like, I have all these successes, I'm amazing in my career, I'm a first place bodybuilder, I'm going to be an author, I'm going to be a Amazon best-selling author. So what prompted you to? Was it a mentor? Was it just something inside of you?
I believe it was everything. Everything. It started probably when I first wrote my first article in second grade in Palo Alto, California, and it was published in the newspaper about a turtle. And I was so excited about it. And I was laying in my bed, and my mom bought 6 copies of the newspaper. That was a really big thing back then to buy. What grandmother, aunt, blah, blah, blah. And Dad came home, and she was so excited, and she read to him, and he went, who would write that?
Oh,
Who would read that? Who cares? And I went, And it took me a long time to even out. I mean, that's just one little example, but that was my writing beginning.
Mm-hmm. With a very abrupt ending.
Right. And then I would spend an entire weekend working on a paper for English class, right? The entire weekend, like I would do nothing else. There'd be parties and all, and then my girlfriend, Lisa McGrath, would sit down on the, I can visually see her sitting on the stage before class going, oh, is that due today? What do we have to do again? And I told her, and she'd go like, and we both got A's. And I was like, how'd she do that? Why can't I do that? I want to do that.
I can relate.
So it was like every word for me was like painful. And I didn't really like it much. And then I was hanging out in New York City modeling, and you have a lot of time in the green rooms and backstage and dressing rooms. And there was a model, Robin Dukowski, who taught me how to needlepoint. And in fact, I think I have one of my needlepoint pillows right here.
Wow, it's gorgeous.
Oh, wow. Look at her.
I didn't even realize that. I have more, but this one just I happen to use. And we'd be talking and needle pointing, and I'm like, how's the stitch? And she goes, I can't believe your life. And I'm like in my 20s, early 20s. And she goes, you should write a book. I'm like, yeah, it's been on my list since second grade. She goes, really? You need to write a book. So it just took me a few more decades to get to it.
I totally understand.
And I have notebooks and notebooks of my biography that I'm going to start, which I started. But I don't know. There's so much information. And my son goes, that's the one I want to read, Mom. And I'd be like, oh, I'm not sure that I want to share all that. I mean, kind of glad Facebook and all that stuff wasn't around.
It's a blessing and a curse.
Exactly. So, and then during COVID, it just was amazing to get to know people like Brian and you and all the people, Jeffrey Gittimore, Ken Walls. I have my new acting coach, Glamour Shower, through I met.
Oh, wow.
Oh, love. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So I'm taking acting classes now with Glenn, and he is amazing. I met him at Ken and Craig Doswitz's.
The mastermind?
Yeah, what was it? Turn It Up Mastermind in Orlando, Florida 2 years ago. And it was amazing. Wow. Everyone that was there is a superstar. And now they're friends. And then you start picking up your group of who you hang out with, and really is a mastermind. And sometimes I'll just lay in bed and, pull out my people and go, let's see. Have I talked to them a while? I wonder how they're doing. Oh, I better get their book and read it so I can go, hey.
That's funny. I've read so many books in the last 2 years. It's crazy. Probably a lot more in the last 2 years than I did in the last decade.
Yes. And listen to so many too.
Yes, that too.
I really like people who get them on audio quicker than I still haven't done mine. Have you done yours? Have you done
yours?
I've
been working on it.
I have not done mine yet.
Because I get way more books read that way.
Yeah.
And
you drive a lot. Are you in your car a lot?
A lot.
Yeah, me too.
A lot. Yeah. There's so many of those classes we're in now that meet weekly, and I'll be like, okay, and sometimes I have it like on my dashboard, but and I can't really see it, and then I kind of creep it up here. And luckily I have a Tesla, so she drives herself, but you have to have both hands on the steering wheel and you have to pay attention. And I'm actually very aware of her because I have all the bells and whistles. So I'm actually extra careful now because I just got another software upgrade and I want to make sure that we become friends first. So I'm like, like Cynthia, put it back over there, or okay. I'm like, and I don't really participate unless I park. If they call on me, like I pull over, I park, I go in the parking lot and chat about life and books and what you're doing next and when your mastermind is and all the things that inspire you. Like every one of the people that cross my path every day. So someone helped me in the bank and I thought she was amazing. Alexa Bell, she was so helpful that I went back to my car. I was driving away. I was like 2 miles down the road. I went, she was so helpful. I went back and brought her a book and said, thank you so much for your help.
Now is the Tesla in your book about this? Is that your Tesla or is that another Tesla?
No, that'd be mine, of course.
See?
Yeah.
That was the very first thing that stood out to me. I'm like, oh, this is a book in modern time talking about a Tesla. I was thinking it was going to be a little bit further back.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. I got a great big sale a few years ago. Well, I've got more since then, but a really, really, really big one. And I was really, really excited. And I was talking to Jen Gittimore. And she goes, well, congratulations, Cynthia. What are you going to do? And I said, well, I'm going to the Annapolis Yacht Club with my dad and Galen. She goes, don't you do that every Friday night? And I'm like, yeah, that's what Dad likes to do. And she goes, okay. So what was your dream? I said, to get a Tesla. She said, have you ever driven a Tesla? And I'm like, no, but I know I love it. She goes, why don't you test drive a Tesla? So the next day I took Dad and we all went down and I drove the Tesla. But there's a little thing where you sign up for $100 and I thought it was to drive the Tesla, but you're really putting in an order. And we were bringing it on this putting all the stuff in it.
Wow.
They called me up and they said, your Tesla will be ready December, whatever it was, 13th. Okay. I'm a woman of my word. So I went.
So that's how you become a billionaire.
Okay, well then, certainly. And then like, holy, and I said, okay, well, obviously it's meant to be. Let me figure it out. And, I called USAA and got some help. And then the whole time I'm going, oh my gosh, we were playing around like Dad and Gail, and we were all hitting buttons and stuff. I said, I hope I have the black car with the white seats. Please, I hope like all I was doing, like I hope the black car, the white seats. I hope, and I called and like I couldn't get through the right person. I was like, and then I went to pick it up, and it was exactly the way I wanted it,
Oh, cool.
with every bell and whistle. And I was like, wow. I have a silly picture in front of it. Actually, I put on one of those Get 'em More hats. Took the picture.
Well, it's her fault.
And that is the Tesla story. And I think Jen sold hers for
She got a Porsche.
I think she got tired of the charging part.
Yeah.
But I get all my emails and catch up stuff when I do the charging part. So it's like another quiet little place to get stuff done. And wow, I love that car.
You can't tell, can you?
And I did a lot of writing in that car too. And then I did some writing. Sometimes when you have a bad day, I have this other book. And I go, so you're not typing it and you won't accidentally send it. You just,
Right.
and I don't even read them again. I just put it aside. Just get rid of that stuff and keep all the good stuff. Keep thinking about the good stuff. Only bring in the positive stuff. Only write about the positive stuff. We know it exists, but you know what? You're a new person now. Every day, you're a new layer around your pearl, and you need to shine and be amazing.
Exactly.
So Rob dropped a comment in, and it actually it relates to one of the questions I want to ask you. Is Rob says, pearls only create it with irritation and uncomfortable, that little sand, in your wound or whatever. But I think it's interesting when you see people that are really successful in their life. Oftentimes, you go back to that second grade moment. That did that actually motivate you to write in the future? Was that like a force, or was that unrelated?
Absolutely a force. I'm really bad when someone tells me no. It might take me a while, but I take care of it.
Well, I think that really ties into like that making a blessing out of what could be a curse or whatever. When somebody tosses out that negative comment, it actually fuels you later in life. And I think that's what's really cool, is that your book, second grade, that probably was devastating to have that comment and be like, and then, but we have Black Pearl now to show for it, which is just awesome. I love it.
And it's like a business card now, your book. When you write your book, you're leaving your legacy. And it's a you don't have to talk about, I sold copiers for I'm still doing it, 23 years. It's very boring subject when someone's, what do you do when you're at a party, a network meeting, a mastermind? And to have a book, it makes it a much better business card, and something else to talk about. And what else it does, you can even bring together your family.
Oh,
so my sister wrote, my sister who I raised, our mom died when she was 3, wrote a brilliant masterpiece which lies in the wonders of the sea and will have you evaluating what's important in life as well as how you treat others. Truly an exciting book that leaves you wanting more. A must read, especially for those seeking a greater appreciation of nature and the people around you. Carolyn Ammons, Colonel, United States Air Force. And I was so lucky to see her last week. She was here for an Air Force conference. And then my sister Christina from Ohio drove in. So we had our 3 sisters doing things together. And my sister doesn't know it yet. The other sister, Christina, I thought it was only fair if I put her endorsement on the back of the new book.
What part of Ohio, Cynthia? I'm in Cincinnati, Ohio, by the way.
Oh, she's in Dublin, Ohio.
Oh, okay. That's not too far. A couple hours away.
Yeah, you can come visit. It's only a short 7-hour drive.
It's only 2 for me. To you. Yeah, to miss
7 for me.
I see you're in Annapolis still, right? Is that
I currently am still in Annapolis. I am working hard on cleaning my place and deciding what my next move will be and seeing what the universe will bring. Here's a gift that actually Jen
Oh my gosh.
That man made for me.
Oh, that was so hard.
It is so beautiful. Can everyone see it?
That is gorgeous.
I love it.
Oh,
and then on the back, she always has a special touch. So I've hired Kellen to do a lot of things for some of my clients. So some of my clients.
Hey, Kellen, the podcast is going to send you a bill for all this promotion.
Endorsements.
You know,
She does
when
say she's
someone's
a
work
fan of.
is good, you got to let the world know.
She did say fan of Kellen Ann, so she's not just. That's not just words.
Yes. And Kellen Ann was in London, and she met Michael Hupper.
Heppel.
Yes. Another group I joined,
Mm-hmm.
and that looked really exciting. I can't wait to hear more about that. I guess I'll have you on my show for that.
Life changing. It really was. And then he's going to be on our show in November. So
Looking forward to that.
So then I've got Kellen Ann, I got Brian Monahan, and then I can get Michael, and that's being booked up.
That's the
right.
trifecta of
fun.
interviews.
You make a whole new community. Like, look, who knew we'd be friends now?
I know, right?
Like, who knew we'd be promoting each other's stuff and just talking about them and just enjoying their love and everything they have to offer and letting other people know what they have to offer so you can be friends with them too? Who knew? It's amazing.
So I have a question. You know, my business is the gratitude business. That's where my heart comes from. So how would you equate gratitude in your success of everything that you've done?
Since I became more grateful for every little thing, all this great stuff has been happening to me. I mean, really grateful.
Like genuinely
really grateful. Yes, I have always felt that I was a person that brought joy to others because I've always been loving and kind and went on my way to help people who I thought were not being celebrated in the workforce.
Mm-hmm.
Thinking kind thoughts about people who did not treat me well in the workforce.
Right.
And just on the street, the mailman, the people in the grocery store, just that kindness. So I've always been that, but it's grown now. I mean, when I wake up in the morning, I spend 15 minutes to a half hour in that first little meditation. And I actually, even this morning, I did my I did a 15-minute and a 10-minute, and then I did my start at your toes. And I thank God for my toes and my sole of my feet and my ankles and my knees and my whole body. And many of those bones I've broken in the past. So, so grateful that I can walk and so grateful that my wrist is working, even though it's like And then outside walking the dog, and I'm like looking at the color of the leaves, right? How the sun filters through the leaves. And then I live in Annapolis, so I see the water. I'm watching the sparkle of the water. And Tuesdays and Thursdays, I do 6:30 a.m. yoga with Lindsay Cook and the team. I'm like, I'm so grateful I can do this. I'm so grateful I can move my body. It is overwhelming. Like, I can make me cry because it's just, and I'll be like, thank you for that parking spot right in front. Thank you for making my trip with my sister so perfect. Like, everything was perfect. Absolutely perfect. I took Christina to St. Michael's on a boat trip and did a special thing for her. And the captain let her come up and drive.
Oh, fun.
And she was up there for, I don't know, 30, 40 minutes. I mean, she had the time of her life. And I'm like, thank you. I'm sitting there going, I'm taking a zillion pictures. Thank you. This is awesome. Just awesome. And the same thing with my sister, Chris. All three of us were on the Ferris wheel at Gaylord down in, I guess it's still DC over there.
Mm-hmm.
And it was running. It was beautiful. The sun was just setting. It was like golden. I'm like, wow, thank you for this gift. You're so wonderful. And like little things, like the little spider that's in my room, and I get a Solo cup and a piece of paper, and I take it outside, and I go be free, go make babies elsewhere. And I'm so happy that I didn't squish them or throw them down the toilet like I used to do. I was grateful for the bugs and the turtles and everything outside, but when they were inside, I got a little.
Oh, I get that.
I just try to return them, and I'm like, oh, that little bug, oh. And I know you're thanking me. And all the things and wisdoms that people tell you, like Glenn Shower, he has one. Let me see if I can say it right. I live today in such a way that tomorrow I'm proud of my yesterdays.
Nice.
So when I get in a little icky place, which actually hasn't happened in quite a few weeks, it's amazing. But there was a time not too long ago, and I was like, and I just kept repeating that. If I live today in such a way, tomorrow I'm proud of my yesterdays. And I must have said it, I don't know, 20, 30 times. I went, okay. Okay.
I love it. That's
Yeah.
just a wonderful mantra.
Very.
I will be stealing that.
Yeah, make sure you give Glenn more shower credit.
Oh, absolutely.
And then you can give me credit for you're amazing, I am amazing, we are amazing. It works on mountaintops, in the bathroom, in the mirror, in tunnels,
on this show.
And on the show.
I know. It's such a great way to start.
Because
today.
you are amazing. I am amazing. We are amazing.
Okay, is it my turn or your turn, Ryan?
I think it's your turn.
Did you ever ask your question?
I did ask one question.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, you have another. I mean, are we ready to talk about? You have another book coming up, right?
Yeah.
I mean, are you ready to talk about that? Or we?
Yeah.
All right, let's bring that up. So it sounds like it's going down a similar. Is it a series, or are they unrelated? Or tell us about that.
Well, they're loosely related. I actually started that one first.
Oh wow!
While I was working on it, like seriously, like I don't know, years now. Mm-hmm. And I probably should have published it like immediately because some of the things that I have in it actually happened, but it was already written. And I was like, darn, I should have gotten that out. But at the time, I didn't think it was good enough. I wasn't like, and I got so into Black Pearl, it just, that's all I could think about. And so now I would love to go back to Seychelles, where I lived for 3 years and attended a convent, as a matter of fact.
Oh, wow. See, I learn something every time.
I know.
Something new.
Sister Cynthia, is that?
In a pen, in a feast, in a sentence beyond men. Bless you. I pray for you, and you, and you, and you, and send you good, healthy, wealthy, successful vibes. So Savannah Seas is launching on September 20th. You can join me on, yes, buy the books. I get the good numbers and everything. And I'm really excited about it. It kind of ties in. It's lined up with Mark Victor Hansen. So it's lined up to be part of a series, and other people will write other books in the Savannah Seas series.
Oh, cool.
Is the goal to make it. So that way that niche can have 5 or 6 or 7 books. I think is what we discussed doing around that. And so Mark Victor Hansen is interviewing me on September 28th. Nice. And we are going to chat about Savannah Seas. And of course, I have Seychelles and Black Pearl, and I have Savannah Seas here. Because so many people don't even know where the Seychelles are.
Right.
Which are 1,000 miles off the coast of East Africa in the Indian Ocean. 4 degrees south of the equator. Did I say in the Indian Ocean? In the Indian Ocean. And when I was little, well, not so little. When was I? Standard 4, or I skipped standard 5, standard 6 for a month. Anyway, Queen Elizabeth came to visit, and I curtsied with her with my whole class. And we gave her a bouquet of flowers as a whole class.
Oh, wow.
And I have the program from that.
Sweet.
And I'm like, wow. And at the time, it was a British Crown colony. Now it's independent. Mm-hmm. So I have a few friends still there, and I've corresponded with them the whole time. It's really fun. It's easier now on Facebook, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, messenger and video.
Yeah, that is so wonderful.
Yeah. In fact, I have to reach out and tell them about this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
Not now, though. We need to finish our interview.
No, so I mean, don't go anywhere yet. But I mean, so that you got this launch on was it the 20th? This Wednesday, right? Yeah, it's just right around the corner. So I went out to your website, cynthiamania.com. So if anybody wants to go join her book launch,
I wouldn't miss it if I were you.
You know, anytime you get an opportunity to hear, I am amazing, you're amazing, we are amazing, you know, take her.
Is that how you're going to start your launch?
I actually started with Eric, who's my Brian behind the scenes. Every time, every meeting we have, I started with it and I end with it. It just gives you energy and it gives you focus. And you can't possibly be in a bad mood screaming that you are amazing. It just does something. Your lips turn up with a little smile. You really can't help it.
It's an amazing reset.
Yes, and I hope you join us because
I'm going.
He has a really good thing going on now. We have a wheel that we spin, and we have some prizes, and you can come on and talk about your book too, and you share it out to the world, and we can sell all our books.
Yay!
Oh, that was wonderful.
And you know what? If no one knows about you, how are they going to get it?
Exactly.
So you advertise and ask for help and say, hey, this one needs a little gold thing on it too. So please order it up on September 20th.
Nice.
And then
Awesome.
there's a lot of other good work that comes from it because I have some ocean projects and I have a literacy project. And I did a literacy challenge for Black Pearl. And the woman who won it, Jess Taker, where is she? She's in Florida. Where is she? I'm not sure what the city is. Around Stuart. And anyway, they have 2 offices. And she did an amazing, amazing thing for the literacy challenge, better than anyone that could do. And I didn't even know that they had. She got in her school, her children's school, she got vending machines with books in them.
Oh, cool.
Oh my gosh,
So
that is
you
so
have to
cool.
catch her old in it and read and hear the story about how she did it and how she did the fundraiser. And we had the best time where she was like, when you're doing a big thing like that, all of a sudden you're freaking out with no budget. And
Right.
And she was going for the first 200 people. She was like, oh, that'd be great. I believe in the end, 1,500 people attended and gave money.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
She made like $8,000. And then, after expenses, she was able to get this machine, which is in the cafeteria, I believe. And she did a red carpet to announce it to the teachers. And the teachers can give you a coin for good behavior, for your birthday, for not being absent. And it's bringing literacy to children and letting them pick out their own book.
Oh, that's so
and then
cool.
she had enough money left over to stock the book, the vending machine for 2 or 3 years.
That is so
And
cool.
I just
Brought me back to the book fairs at our school. Do you remember the book fairs?
Yes,
Oh
yes,
my God, I used to love the book fairs.
yes.
Brought me back.
I still, when they're having a recurrence, we should go and be in them and do them.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. Yes, I attended one last year at this time in where was it? Oh my goodness. Carol runs it. Magness. Yes, and I was surprised she could help me with my book when she was so busy doing her festival. It's terrific. I met so many great writers there. So writers are very cool people.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
So fun to hang out with.
I can't believe how many friends I have that are authors. It's crazy.
It's wonderful.
Well, I think it's
cool.
It's kind of like Cynthia said, you start hanging out with different people and then your network totally changes.
It does. Mine, I have all these different worlds. I'm like, I love every one of them, but it's like, yeah.
Different families. You have your family who some people love them to death and some people don't. So you make another one, but it takes all your families. And, you've got, you were talking about the 959 with Get 'em More. That really helped all of us, I think.
That was the beginning for me. I mean,
yes,
that's what started it all.
Yeah,
that brought such a diverse group of people together. I mean, there's no chance that, how do I meet you? How do I meet Kellen? I mean, it's just like, it doesn't even, there's no path to us meeting really.
It made me realize how small my circle was before that.
Mm-hmm.
I had I had a high school world and a college world, and then maybe a professional world. But now I've got like 20 worlds. It's
wonderful.
Well, and then you bring up Michael Heppel. You kind of, now you have this
international world.
Yeah, and so and that's the same. I started posting to LinkedIn. They say, hey, you post at 8 a.m. or whatever, and I'm like, but I have people all over the world. So it's like you can post all day, all night. There's somebody reading it.
Like Joaquin. Howdy from Hell. How in the world would we meet someone from Hell, Norway?
And he wrote an endorsement for my book.
Yes.
The new one.
Oh, he wrote one for me too. He compared me to Aristotle. I love that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And I'm like, he's right.
Yes, of course he is.
No, but I know he watches our show.
Where is it?
Oh, it's on Amazon. He did it on Amazon.
Oh, okay. I'll have to look it up. I'm like, wait a minute. I have them printed in my new book as an endorsement.
Oh, that's good.
I was like,
So I have 5 more books. I've already written them.
woo! That's a tough act to keep up with.
They're children's books. It's a total different beast. But I can't wait. I'm getting them. They're being illustrated right now, so it's kind of fun.
That is so exciting. Congratulations. I can't wait to read them.
I know. I can't wait for kids to read them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I know a place you might be able to put some in the books in the book machine.
Cool. Oh, that's right. Yes. Okay. I will donate them.
Yes, like her. She's amazing. I don't know how she does it.
Okay. Before I forget, because we always tell everybody we're going to talk to our author about something that either they wish somebody would have told them or something that was really difficult that they want to let other authors know, like, to not let this happen. Do you have any advice for our aspiring authors?
Yeah, start now. Do it right now. Start. Put that pad by your bed. I'm not kidding. Write something, even if it's about the weather. One sentence. Just start it. Just start it. Don't wait. Don't wait decades.
Write every day.
To get your first book out. Yes, the most important thing is I wish I'd started earlier, and worked on it seriously. Like I wrote, like, oh yeah, someday. That's another. We get rid of that word out of your
When
book.
this happens, I'll do this. Don't do that.
I made September 20th the date, right?
Yeah.
And everyone always like, we can't do it. It's too early. But I said, I've been on podcasts. I said September 20th. So it's got to be September 20th. Whatever I got, we're doing it.
Well, it's like you can't start a show in 6 days. Oh, yeah, you can.
Yeah.
Then you have a whole podcast doing that.
Right.
And now you can see how other people do it because you'll be looking through a different lens.
Right.
And you also have friends.
You also said you had a lot of help.
Oh, I had so much help. You would not believe it.
Yeah.
So much help. Yeah. And you have to put it out there, and it helps the universe will kind of make it move along for you. And if it's not a secret and you're doing it and you get like, oh, that's a great idea. And oh yeah, this paragraph really sucks. And just talk it through. And then, Joaquin helped me with a lot of grammar things that I missed, as a matter of fact. He's a very good proofreader.
So you finished Black Pearl. Is it a perfect book? Is it perfect?
It's not perfect.
No,
not perfect. And I, what do you call it? I worried about it for quite a while. And then I got such good response, and I've done some book readings, and they've been so successful. And I went for the last one I just did, I was booked for an hour. 3 hours later, we were still going. I was having the time of my life. I would have paid them for the experience. I mean,
exactly.
It was so much fun. And then I did a launch in my local bookstore, and they are so wonderful. So wonderful. And what I did is I made up a flyer. It's Old Fox Books in Annapolis, Maryland, if you're ever around. Old Fox Book. And so I went down and I went to every store in Annapolis, and every single store put this in their window.
Oh, how cool. I want to know about that photo shoot.
Oh,
the mermaid.
That was amazing, right? So when you think you're a mermaid, it just happens. So I'm trying to find my mermaid thing to show you. I was Googling around on Facebook, and I saw, I've seen the mermaids in the Renaissance Festival, and they're in those great big aquariums. And I guess the mermaids were having a financial crunch, and they thought of a cute way to make some money. So they said one weekend in Potomac, Maryland, which happened to be like 4 days from the day I saw it, they were having their tank there, and you could rent 45 minutes or 20 minutes to be in it. So I immediately signed up, and then I tried to find a tail, which they don't rent tails. And then I thought, okay, so I'll just wear this blue aqua dress, which I actually have hanging up there. And I thought, okay, so I brought a bikini, and I brought the aqua dress, and I figured, okay. I got there, and she goes, you're the girl that's calling everyone in the United States, and you're a tail. And I'm like, she goes, well, I have one. If you like to borrow it? And I'm like, absolutely, I'll pay you. Can I rent it? And then I walked into the little tent that they have for a dressing room, and there was this one bra hanging there. And I'm saying this to all the people, because whoever owned that bra, remember I told you I was going to rent it for $35, and you left before I could pay you. And it's on my mind, so I need to keep it $35. So please reach out to me. Anyway, she had worn it. It was wet. It was hanging up. And so I asked if I could rent it from her. And this is.
Oh my gosh. That is so cool.
Oh, that is cool. That is cool.
You gotta hold your breath a long time.
And it's so good. I would have thought that was made like in electronically or something.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
I haven't learned AI or any of that stuff yet. All this is done the hard way.
Yes, the hard way. That is right.
That was so fun, and I have to tell you, it took them 15 to 20 minutes to get me into the tail. There's a thing to everything in this life, right? There's always a thing, and you got to figure it out, and you have to be patient. And then it's like a huge aquarium, and the top of it has plexiglass like places on it, so you can only come up in certain places. Plus, I'm really, really tall, and it's not made for really, really tall. I think mermaids must be, so I couldn't straighten out my legs, right? And I made it into my screensaver too.
That's so cool.
Oh, that is so cool.
So then they were like, they pulled up my fins so I could get in a good position. And then you kind of swim to the other side and then turn around. And at first I was like, okay, whatever. And I hired this photographer. In fact, I still get pictures from him. I should pick them up. And I'd be like, so I went underwater and like, okay, I'm just going to smile. Whatever else happens, I'm just going to smile. And then you have to hold your breath. And I was like,
right.
I really wish I'd taken more swimming lessons. It's on my list to go back and take swimming lessons. And I'm like, okay. And then it was like, okay, not great, but okay. But I was really, really excited. And I went, okay, I'm a mermaid. Where's my seed? She goes, you want to do it one more time? I'm like, absolutely. I would love to. Thank you. And that was that last shot.
That was the last one. That was perfect.
And it was perfect. It was absolutely perfect. I came out and I was like, wow. It was like magical. I can actually put myself in the corner of that aquarium, and it was like magic.
Oh, that's so cool.
Anyway, so just go for it. Sometimes
here's a tip for you. Next time you need to put that mermaid suit on, bring hair conditioner. No, seriously. That's how I get my wetsuit on when I go diving. I slather myself in hair conditioner and it slides right up.
Oh.
Little tip for you out there if you're all gonna put.
Yeah, I haven't done that in a long time.
On.
My suit was like this big when I used to.
I'm used to. Well, I trained in Monterey, so it's really cold.
Oh, beautiful! What's there? The stingrays and the
sand dollars, the big sand dollar thing. That was so cool.
And the seals.
Talk about learning something new about somebody. That is awesome.
Yeah.
We have to come back and discuss that another time.
Woo. We will. Maybe you should hit that little talk button on Messenger someday when we're both green.
Yes.
We've got a lot of catching up to do. We really do.
We do. Yes, we do. And
Brian, all my questions.
Looking forward to catching up more, Cynthia. Did we want to hit on this at all? I'm gonna cover us. I mean, look at this.
Wow.
Woohoo! Yeah, so fun.
So,
that was so fun. Frank Meekins puts on an unbelievable, all natural OCB bodybuilding.
Oh, I made a friend for him.
This is one of the flyers from last year. So his new one is May 11th, 2023. And I have a little group I'm getting together. I haven't quite talked them into being in it, but they're all training with me. We're starting today, as a matter of fact.
How long do you have to train for something like that?
Each time I enter, I start training a little earlier because I want to be better than I was the time before.
Right.
So I've been loosely training, but now I'm going into it full core starting today.
Oh boy.
And it really keeps you honest when you think about having the extra ice cream cone guilty, or a beverage guilty, or I did have a muffin for breakfast this morning because I didn't have time to make my usual eggs and oatmeal. And so, but then you go, wait a minute. Every single thing shows up on my body. So it's your vessel. It's your container. It goes with you everywhere. So let's take better care of it. Now, this keeps me honest. So I don't, I wasn't going to do, after I got my first place trophy, I was never going to do it again.
Show it. That's like a serious trophy.
That is nice.
This says 2023 OCB, the Conqueror Women's Bikini Masters 60 plus first place.
You could probably kill somebody with that.
I wouldn't
heavy. Heavy. I don't know why I said
my
that.
next goal is to get, supporting role or something for an Oscar or a
I love that.
Academy Award or something, because that will keep me motivated to work harder in my new profession.
Love it. So are there any movies in your future?
Not yet.
Okay.
I'm studying with Glenn because I have a lot to work on and I want to be really put together when I go out to audition. But soon.
Oh, that's awesome.
That is so cool.
We knew her when.
You know what? It's so fun. And everything you do stretches and takes you to a new place, and you meet new friends, you get new ideas, new people come in to help you. And you just build your world. And I get up, I wake up like extra early. I'm laying there going, what time is it? If it's this time, I'll do this. If it's this time, I can meditate a little longer. I'll just, and then I kind of wait until the dog barks and then I'm out to get him out first.
Oh my God, that's exactly what I do. You're out. I'm like, oh, Gus is up. I got to get him out.
Yeah, I find myself, if I have to go to wash my hands early, I like try not to make any noise whatsoever. He's still sleeping. And then
my goal is to get a sip of coffee before I have to let the dog out. So.
Well, see, I don't have a fenced-in yard yet, so I have to walk them.
Oh, do you still have the? Did I send you the pictures of the dog, Brian?
Of her dog?
Yeah.
I don't think you did.
Oh shoot! I love your
If you
dog.
send them to me now, I can get them. But
Yes, by accident, I have a Dalmatian,
I know this story. This one's a good one.
and I have my niece, Kylie, to thank for that, and my brain for not thinking it through to also. So Kylie and her family, Carolyn was the commander of the Air Force Base in Wyoming at the time, Cheyenne, and she was like, okay, Kylie, what do you want for Christmas? And she said, a Dalmatian. And then she said, no, they all have a dog, Thunder. And then her birthday came along. What do you want for your birthday? A Dalmatian. No. Another year went by. What do you want for Christmas? A Dalmatian. What do you want for your birthday? A Dalmatian. And then all the kids wanted another dog. So in military families, sometimes you give presentations. Sometimes when we were growing up, we had to stand behind our desk and give there's Bolt. He's Sir Bolt or Sir Pee-a-lot, whichever.
I know a lot of dogs with that name.
So this was just a few days ago. My girlfriend Leanne took it, and we're going. And if you look really, really closely, he's at direct attention because right back there is a deer.
Oh,
Right.
Yeah.
See right there. And then the other one I sent you, there's a herring in the back, in the white one. This one's better. Yeah.
oh, there we go.
Yes, and right if you look right back there, there's a herring sitting on the. And I have a wonderful place to walk them, and there's quiet waters. But so all the kids presented their dogs, and everyone wanted a different dog, and it got a little heated. I called up to find out who won, and she's like, "We're going to bed. That's it. I found enough." And then in the morning, she got up, and there was a poo-poo sitting in the hallway. She's like, "No dogs. You can't even take care of the one we have. No dogs." Kylie, what do you want for Christmas? A Dalmatian. Kylie, what do you want for your birthday? A Dalmatian. So she started to get a Dalmatian, and she found one. And some people aren't as good in the world, right? So that didn't go through. But she had already gotten pictures of it and made a mug and started a baby scrapbook on the little guy, and so it was devastating. And she called me up, and I was like, and she now we knew about all the all those things to make sure they're good dogs and good breeding and all that, pure and all that stuff. And I said, you know what? If you find one anywhere in the United States of America, I will go get it for you and deliver it by Christmas.
Oh.
And she couldn't find one, but she did. And she called me up. She goes, well, how serious were you? I said, it was 100% serious. And she goes, okay, I found one and he'll be ready. Like it was like 3 days or 2 days before Christmas. I was like, okay, where is it? Las Vegas.
Oh,
I was like, okay, I guess I'm going to Las Vegas. Drove to Las Vegas and drove to Utah. Actually saw Doug Wing in Utah. Stopped by the little ladder company, the giant ladder company.
You were in the area.
He had a big meeting or something, so we couldn't do lunch, but it was very fun. And kept on going to Wyoming. And then the Air Force Base, you have to do the security. And they met me. and the boys distracted Kylie by having her make something. They said, do you want to help Cynthia bring in her luggage, or do you want to make her a treat or a snack? She goes, oh, I'll make her a treat for a snack. So Carol had this big box. The boys like made all this noise with the bags, and we snuck the dog and put it in the box. But while I was driving, the little puppy was nestled in. I was like, oh, you're so cute. I love you. And Galen said, well, we can turn around and go right back to Annapolis now. I said, my sister would kill me. I could not do that. I was like, oh. I found myself, hi, do you have another Dalmatian? And they're like, yeah, but you wouldn't want him. He's the run the litter. I said, oh, and under his breath, I heard, only if it's a male. I said, is it a male? I said, I'll call you right back. Hi, is there a discount for 2? So Kylie, and then her dog is Thunder. So we thought, and I was probably a little pushy because I thought it'd be great if she named her dog Lightning and mine would be Bolt. But she named it Otto.
Oh, it's her dog.
And it's her dog, and we love Otto, and he is adorable. And they've met a couple of times again. And then Galen went and got Bolt from Las Vegas and let me stay in Wyoming, so I got extra time. And they got to play together. And that's how I have a Dalmatian.
Love it.
When he studied the dog's behavior and what he needs prior to buying a puppy or any animal or any endeavor, yeah, I failed to do that. And they do not know that white hair goes on everything black that I wear, and that black hair goes on everything white. I mean, it's amazing.
Or the pugs have 2 coats, so they shed twice as much as other dogs.
Really?
Did not know that.
What kind of vacuum cleaner do you have?
I have 3.
So that, Kellen, that's our question for the end of the podcast.
Oh, yeah.
What kind of vacuum cleaner do you have?
But we do ask people, what's your favorite thing? Like, we remember in Shell and Kel, we asked what was your moisturizer.
Yep.
But we didn't want to copy that. So now we say, what's your favorite thing?
My favorite thing is my sister bracelet. So I bought these at Brighton. I have a lovely relationship with them. And I'm not sure how old these are. They're many years. And this ring was my mother's in Francis. I was with her when she bought in the Seychelles Islands, as a matter of fact. Anyway, so I got us our sister bracelets, and I torture them wherever they go. Do you have your sister bracelet?
Well, it matches everything.
My sister, Christina, was amazing when she arrived. Not only was she wearing her sister bracelet, I think she was wearing almost everything I gave her. She had a Just Love t-shirt on from Beach Haven, New Jersey, where we used to go a lot. She had this necklace on. She had another necklace that I gave her that was Mom's at Elsa Peretti Heart. She had her little dogs, all their little tags on them. It was just like, I was like, oh. And then Carolyn had hers when she came in from Texas. And she took an amazing picture of our bracelets all together.
Oh, cool.
I can find it. But
so if I gave you a hat that says I love Kellen Ann, when I met you, would you be wearing the hat that says I love Kellen Ann?
Right now? Yes. I have all my hats and all my t-shirts from all of my things. I have a stack now like this of t-shirts, and I try to wear it to the event or when I'm seeing the person.
I love it.
I have Justin Benton got me that hat, the black hat.
Oh yeah,
right over there. Yes, I have a whole souvenir place. I have Ken Walls's Turn It Up. I have Jeffrey Gittimer's hat. I have everyone gave me a hat. Who are my friends? Alexandra Foote, the Foots. They have a school in Georgia.
Oh, okay.
So it's a scholar school. It's amazing. And when he was building it, he would come to the masterminds. So we learned all about it. And so you learn about other people's businesses, which will ignite another little seed in your heart, a pearl to make. And so I have his shirt. It's a zipper shirt. It's orange, and a bag that his daughter Alexa, who's amazing, Alexandra Foote, designed. And you just go like, wow, they're so wonderful. You have so many friends and family. You're just like, ah. And Joe Soto, Joe Soto?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So he's really fun. and his entire family is amazing.
Oh yeah.
And you just kind
His
of
wife
grow,
is
grow and
amazing.
grow and grow. She is amazing. She is amazing. The best marketer I've ever seen. She
And
can
mom.
do anything. She is smart, intelligent, caring, works hard, knowledgeable,
Mhm.
cares. She does so many good things for so many people. She is just one of a kind.
Yep, she is.
Grateful to know her.
Wait, we gave a bunch of people plugs today, didn't we?
And that wasn't even the tip of the iceberg.
I know. We could go on. We could do a whole
I
show.
saw in the last, 48 hours.
We could do 5 series of entire shows promoting our friends.
You're already invited for next season, Cynthia. You're
Yes.
on.
Thank you.
You'll probably have like 5 more books by then too.
I am going to probably put that on the back burner and just work on that one biography while I figure out how to be an actress, because I am SAG after an equity. And I did a few movies a long time ago. And yeah, my son was like, Mom, why would you do that? You really weren't that good last time.
That's so neat.
It's so great. That's just the fuel I need to go, okay.
Exactly. Yes.
And that group is amazing. They do so many wonderful things. And it's like another family that I'm just like a new person in. So for a long time, just sat and was really quiet and just watched and observed. And I got a little braver. And they were probably wondering when I was ever going to submit my audition tape, but I was petrified. And then I did, and I got accepted. I've done 2 scenes so far, or 3.
Nice.
And then you get to know the other actor and actresses and what they do and how they do things. And I'm like, wow, this is so fun.
Oh, this has been such a great show. Thank you so much.
You're amazing. I'm amazing. We're amazing. Let's do it again. You are amazing.
Amazing.
I am amazing.
I am amazing.
We are amazing.
Oh, amazing. We couldn't end it any better than that, could we?
I know.
Yes, we can. Oh, Brian, hold up your book because I don't have it. There you go. Yay.
I got them both.
Yay.
So everybody, thank you for tuning in.
Coming to you September 20th.
You can find Cynthia at cynthiamannion.com. Black Pearl is available now. Savannah, what is it?
Savannah Seas.
Savannah Seas will be September 20th. Sign up for her virtual book launch. Get Brian's book because it can delight your day every day. Seriously.
And Kellen's book, Wagmore.
And we'll see you. Okay, so before we go, I'm going to show you all the books I'm reading. These are our potential guests. So I've got a busy week of reading this next week. So
I know. And when some of your guests have like written more than one book,
right,
and you start reading them, one of my last guests had a few, but I really dived into this one.
you see.
So it's pretty yellowed. I learned a lot.
Yep.
Really, really fun to expand yourself and you get prepared for your meetings so that you know them and you open up another whole world.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Books, amazing.
We're a fan.
Well, Cynthia, thanks for joining us today. We'll catch you here a little bit later, but we're going to send you off, and Kellen and I are going to catch up and chat about who's coming to join us next week. So we really thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much, Cynthia.
Oh, my pleasure. And Brian, send me your address, and one day I will send my books out again.
All right.
That one order I got for 200 just knocked me out, and I haven't been able to do one since. And I have this stack of people that I owe books to, and I'm like, okay, let me finish this project, and then I'll have a sit down, do it.
Likewise. Well, I'll send you one as well. So,
Very
all
fun.
right. Well, thanks for joining us. We'll see you soon, Cynthia.
Love you. Bye.
Oh,
Wait,
I took away the wrong person.
Was that Freudian?
Yeah.
So now, in keeping with our Cynthia, we have our next guest, and our next guest next week is
Cindy Cohn, super special guest for me. Cindy, I don't have her picture here, but I do. You'll see more about her on the way out here. But Cindy Cohn is the author of More Joy, and she is known as the Queen of Joy. And she just so happens to be my first client coaching.
Successful client.
So she has been the poster child for what you can get, how you can build a brand when you write a book. And so can't wait to talk to her about her journey and have you meet her. So
I know, I'm excited. I can't wait. I've heard so much about her. I see her on LinkedIn all the time, and she's very active there. So you guys can find her there too if you want to get a little sneak peek of her.
Yeah, we can't beat these. I mean, every guest each week is just so powerful, so energized. I can't wait to bring Cindy in next week, and we'll have to introduce the Cindy and Cynthia as well. I don't know if we can handle both of them on the show at the same time.
That would be hard. That would be very difficult. So thank you everybody for joining in. If you're watching this, let us know. If you're replaying it, let us know where you're watching from. Oh, we forgot to do a giveaway. Well, we can do one. We'll do one next week with Cindy. So yeah,
we'll get some giveaways and get some books out to some people. But we're gonna wrap up today. We'll see you next week, same time, 10 a.m. You can catch us on the rightspotlight.com and on YouTube as well. So we'll see you next week.
Thanks, y'all.
Bye, everybody.